Good evening everyone and welcome into this first T20 International. It's back-to-back tonight and tomorrow night at this very venue. And Kane Williamson, who was captain in the Black Caps in the absence of Brendan McCullum, who's gone back to New Zealand. Quite a change in personnel, as you've seen. The teams, the graphics that came up of both teams. Martin Guptill back in black. And it is good to see him back in the New Zealand lineup. Lots of experience, good strike rate. Also got that 101 against the South Africans a year or so ago. Gonna have a bit of Anwar Ali, this right arm medium fast from the Dubai Sports City end. Nearer in the pavilion end, if you like. Handful of matches. So a lot of change for both sides, but in particular for the Pakistanis. They've lost 7, won 7, had a tie here, have the hosts. And of the solitary slip, crowd building up all the time. For the shortest format of the game. So we've got a third man and a fine leg in. It's the two men out. Here we go. First up, Anwar Ali. And lets it go through. We let him into the commentary box. Here's Bazid Khan. Evening, Baz.
Hi, Danny. And impressive beard, that. Devchit. Yeah, it's growing all the time. I'm a bit jealous of that as well. It's much better than mine.
That's not. Yours is dynamic. Look how clean cut you are. Oh. Guptill, who does like to strike big early. And flashing blade, and they're underway. And a single will do it.
Yeah, different ball game, different ball opening attack. All thinking of Irfan and maybe the left arm spinner, even Sohail Tanveer, but it's Anwar Ali. And he's still bowled a little bit of a cross seam. He's remarked for a good in-swing bowler. We'll look at that in a bit. He's probably just getting the feel of things.
New Zealand skipper on strike. Oh, LBW shout, big shout, and given! First ball! Looked pretty good if there was no woodwork from an inside edge, didn't look like it. And the captain's got to go for a golden one. First one down straight away, there's lots of high fives and celebrations. And Williamson gone for a golden duck. Very first ball, New Zealand are 1 for 1 here. Now then, the bearded one, Anton Devsic. It's a very good strike rate. Hasn't played a lot, of course, when you look at the stats there. Left-hand and right-hand combination now. 2 slips in immediately with the fall of the wicket, and rightly so. Won the toss, yep. Wanted to bowl first as a group. Did Boom Boom Afridi. It started very well for Anwar Ali.
The first one is bowled seam up and just managed to shape it back into the right-hander. Still cross seam, but just managed to shape it back in and missed it. Just missed it. Missed it onto his pads, and what a start for Pakistan. What a start for Anwar Ali. Bang. So 3 reds, no problem about that.
Yeah, just been told it's the first duck in T20s for the New Zealand skipper, Kane Williamson. More pad work and another run. Courtesy of the extra. Leg by.
Guptill, Danny, for New Zealand. Big player in ODI cricket as well. In T20, strikes a big ball. You'll be looking at him to put the impetus right at the top. He'll have his work cut out if the ball comes back into him. Doesn't like it that much when
Fabulous start for the hosts. They've got rid of the New Zealand captain. First ball. Guptill is off the mark, but Devsich is not. It's going to have strike against Sohail Tanvir. Very accomplished in this form of the game. Lots of experience. Unusual action, as we all know, cricket fans around the globe. There we go. A little bit of movement and good hustle from Guptill. Gets Devsich underway and he'll feel good about that.
awkward action to get used to straight away, and the ball will come back into the left-hander and go away from the right-hander. Here's the Anwar Ali wicket. Still cross seam and just came back in just enough, and be disappointed to miss those. Straight up first delivery. Bit disappointed to miss the straight one.
Pick up. And away we go for the first one into the crowd here. Maximum #1 courtesy of Marty Guptill.
Loves going over the top, but this one on his pad, a little pickup, and it's gone way into the stands. Full follow through, but what a shot. It's gone way back in the crowd. Just a testament of how hard he hits it. Looking at the bowler, giving him some.
Great strike for no run. 50th maximum in T20 international cricket for Marty Guptill. Good time to do it. Lost a wicket. Outside leg stump, and there it is. Drop kick and away she goes. Head down. Oh, yes.
Like that stare at the end as well. Staring down the bowler. Head stays still, just has a little peek and back to the bowler.
Yeah, 2 straight from Sohail Tanvir. Got to get out of that zone against anyone in this format.
Lots of colour. The green machine.
Jumping for joy. Got a wicket early. So they're pumped and they're coming in through the turnstiles. Friday, no, that should be the biggie. Back-to-back T20s, the second one tomorrow night. Well, it will be if you guys come second here, Baz. Come out in force. If it's 1-0 to the Black Caps, they'll have to get their act together.
Too early to call that, Danny. First wicket, first over. Well, you got off to a good start in the second over. Lots of people and still a little bit of empty seats, but that'll grow.
There's a big shout as well. There's another there to go. We've got another LBW. Hitting leg stumpers. What is being said, really? Bowler asked for it. Being given from the Emirates Road end. Devcich, he's out for a single. New Zealand 10 for 2 now. Certainly amped here on a Thursday night at the Ring of Fire. Ross Taylor in now. 2 down very early are the Black Caps. But they've got 2 experienced guns at the crease. Nice numbers those for Roscoe Taylor. And they're going to need all of that and some, I reckon, in this contest.
Plus bowling at left-hander, Sohail Tanvir. Lots of in-swing into the left-hander. Look pretty close, but they're coming back in, striking him in line. And Ahmed Shahab with his first decision. This is his debut, Ahmed Shahab, and he gets it right.
It's all happening early here in Dubai. All 7'3" and some. Mohamed Afan. I tell you what, Bazir Khan, I reckon he's a lot leaner. I think he's done a lot of work recently. Just recall him, much more thick set, more heavy. Looks good. And that's a good start too from the big guy.
This should be interesting because he's not played for a bit. He's gone back. He's worked on his fitness, and apparently he's bowling some wheels. And at that height, Taylor, Guptill will have their work cut out with the height and with the bounce that he'll get. Just this first one, I think, watch out for that low full toss, the Yorker. He might be looking for that. It's a difficult one to pick off the 7-footer.
Little flirt, so easily could have nicked it. Taylor, yeah, open the eyes. Put the full beam on and have a good look. Pace early too, clocking nearly 143.
Yeah, just the angle across, but no foot movement. That's what he does with that height, with that angle. Very difficult to get forward to him. A brave man to get on the front foot to Mohamed Irfan.
Or crazy, case may be. Yeah, most times you're going to need a step ladder to drive with this man. One of his favourite areas, a square slash. He's underway with a boundary. Is Taylor.
One thing Irfan will give you is bounce. So on the back foot, a little bit of room. You're always going to get bounce to square cut the ball. And Taylor, he showed us in the Test series, and he's off again. And guess what, Danny? Cutting.
Yeah, cut everyone, didn't he? Cut the spinners. That's well bowled. Yeah, it was an extraordinary innings, wasn't it? That 100 he got here in Dubai, second Test match. It cut so full. This one was there and asking for it, to be fair. But against Zulfikar and Yasser Shah, he's cutting off middle and off regularly. You don't run into that, Roscoe. You'll come second. It's the gloves. There's Mohammad Irfan.
Causes so much excitement, Irfan, when he's bowling. The bounce he gets, such awkward deliveries to face, hits the glove. Even in T20 with the newish ball, it's very difficult to pick it up. Just extra bounce all the time and hitting him straight on the glove.
Oops. No, just joking, Roscoe. Didn't get into his action. So she's a dead ball. And let's come back, big fella, and bowl it again.
And not a lot of bounce that time, just roll on the floor.
Oh, I was waiting for you, fiend. He often does that. The mitts of his, I lost it there, he'd pop it in the trousers. Sometimes you get the old thumb come through and you catch it. You're running on that side with holding the ball in your bowling hand without even swapping it over. Some guys, yeah, clip the thumb in there. Oh, here we go. Gone. There's another one. Third one down in 3 overs. Crowd erupts here in Dubai. The bounce has undone another one in world cricket. This time Ross Taylor here in Dubai. 4 and out, it's 15 for 3 now. New Zealand in a spot of bother. First 3 gone with only 15 on the board. Time for Corey Anderson at number 5 in the order. Bit of experience, certainly a bit of a strike rate. Average is nothing to write home about, and he needs to get a best of here. It's best of 20 and 0. Won't do tonight.
Bounce again, and he didn't know where it went. And as he walked off, he was still sort of bemused by so much bounce. He's lost it in the middle and sort of just shrugging his shoulders as he walked out.
Well, we've got a start of a new over, the 4th one. And the left arm angle is causing some concern for the New Zealanders. Sahel and Irfan, a wicket apiece.
First 3 overs, 3 different bowlers and 3 wickets. I think Afridi's missed a trick. I think he should have introduced the 4th one there.
Should have got himself on, you reckon? There's protection now. Fine legs come up, and he's got a deep backward square for Guptill. They'll change now for the left-handed Anderson. Up on his toes, and look at that, right off the top there of the shoulders of the bat. Looks around with the eyes open like a possum in the headlights. That's what they think of it. They're waving Roscoe goodbye. Bulky left-hander on strike. Cricket fans will know what he can do. Can he turn it on here tonight? And he'll have to be bowled again. First one of the night.
Ahmed Shahab standing in his first ever T20 game debut. And Ehsan Raza, experienced Ehsan Raza in his 15th T20 game.
So he gets off the mark. Happily hands it back to Guptill. Half the over gone here. But the top have been blown away apart from Guptill. He's watched it all happen from the other end. So's the batting coach. And the super coach, Waqar Younis for Pakistan. Mike Hesson. Done the test series, now into the limited overs stuff. 1-1 in the test series. Fabulous comeback by the Black Caps. It's a lovely bit of line and length from Tanveer.
Guptill looking good. He's striking the ball well, and he's just looking pretty confident out there. Even that back foot push. Yep. T20 brings out the crowds, and this man, he brings out the crowd as well.
Good stuff there. There is protection. They should get two comfortably. There's a lot finer than that. Deep backward square, bit of area to cover.
Another good-looking shot from Guptill off his hip, just in front of square as well. So he's looking good in his short little innings, while New Zealand on the other side are collapsing.
Oh, just a little bit of a hiccup, Baz. As you said, early days, isn't it? Haven't quite had 4 overs. Long way to go. And a dot ball to finish. So 5 off that, 20 for 3. Now Luke Ronke due in next. He's a good finisher. Tried some opening stuff, but now he's further down and they like him there, New Zealand. Neesham in the lineup. We know as a left-hander he can be destructive. Gets in. And Brennan's brothers here, Nathan McCullum, he's no slouch with the blade either. And then you've got Milne, Henry and McClanahan down in the engine room, the quicks. Still Mohamed Afan off a short run. No run there.
New Zealand have to handle this quick first. Irfan, he's got a lot of bounce. And Anderson, there you go. There's talking about the bounce and just not being able to pick him as yet. These are the 3 wickets, a pretty straight run. Williamson was pretty disappointed about that. Sohailton Weir getting the ball back into the left-hander, and then the best of the lot, right up near the handle, shoulder of the bat.
On the charge. Glove onto grill. Certainly a bit of grill work for Anderson. This looks to be a bit uncomfortable. And will the helmet be changed or the grill? He's got on the charge. I want to see a replay of this. He looks all right. Boom Boom Afridi's come down and said, "You all right, Chief?" Look at this though, Baz.
Probably not the best option against Irfan, who's getting that bounce, and he's nowhere near that. It's actually hit his glove before he knew it. There was so much bounce in it. It's hit the top glove and sort of
done him for pace, done him for bounce, that is for sure. wisely doesn't charge the next one. Well, that's the thing. You get off the glove or even high up on the chest, and you've gone with your head up slightly. I tell you what, you get hit around the Adam's apple or in the neck, their side, front on, scary. But the bounce is the dangerous thing here with Mohamed Afan. Oh, bottom of the grill. That shakes up anyone.
Yes, we talk about the Burj Khalifa in the UAE, and Pakistan have one of their own, Mohamed Irfan.
Of course, in the Test series last year, the South African captain at the time, Graham Smith, got hit by Mohamed Afan. We shake for a second there to think about the swivel pull. Little pickup that he plays. Got to be so careful of the 7-footer.
Very difficult to actually get that pull shot away off Irfan for the right-hander, especially with that extra bounce. Cut is a much better option where you can free your hands away from your body, but actually pulling it is difficult.
Yeah, shot there of Shahzad. The Test match, Abu Dhabi. He was out of the rest of the Test series. So only a single in this 5th over so far. 1 for 6 off almost 2 overs.
Early days yet, but it's been all Pakistan.
Yes, I can hear you, Baz. Right here. He's just, I reckon, a slightly shorter run-up. It goes, walks inside the 30-metre circle. Very short run-up and up and into it. There it is. Get a couple here, but have we got a no ball? Have we got a front foot no ball? Thought I heard the call. And freebie time. There's the free hit signal from umpire Raza.
Big front foot, and it's well over. It's about 16 size, and it is still missed the front foot no ball. No good. It's a free hit. Maybe go over point, give yourself a little bit of room. This will be interesting. Maybe give yourself a little bit of room on that leg side. Let's see how Guptill goes.
Well, I don't know if he'll charge him. That's one thing, eh? I don't think he'll charge him. Back in the box. Beautiful stuff. Fine leg up. Went for the Yorker, missed it. Guptill didn't. So 8 off the over. 5 done. It's 28 for 3 here.
It almost happens here at Dubai. Wickets fall. It's not a happy hunting ground for batsmen. 28 for the loss of 3. But there is buzz, there is atmosphere, electric atmosphere. And Pakistan off to a dancing start. 28 for the loss of 3. And very warm welcome to Scott Starris.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be over here. I'm excited about watching some cricket in this part of the world. It's been good. It's been all action too.
Spin for the first time. 9 matches and 8 wickets for Raza Hassan. Well, and he's young and he's supposed to be very smart, and I don't know whether he's doing the smart thing by wearing glasses, but he's pretty crafty for his age. Doesn't spin the ball much. You'll see variations from him, and the body language is always brilliant.
It's also a good opportunity, I think, for Pakistan to squeeze. 3 down. New Zealand can't afford another wicket, so I think Afridi's done the right thing. He's got some fielders in tight on the singles to stop that rotation.
Guptill is a good asset for New Zealand. As long as he's out there, New Zealand have got a real chance of making a comeback. He hits the ball extremely hard down the ground.
I know. Hello.
That's good running. It's quick single. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because this is the last over of the power play. And your natural instinct is to want to be aggressive and to try and score as many as you can. But back of Guptill's mind, he'll know that they can't afford that fourth wicket. If they do, it's probably game over already.
I need a partnership, New Zealand. 15 from 17 balls, this one. Ross Taylor was the last man dismissed. Couldn't handle the steep bounce of Irfan. Down the track, he muscles it. Over mid-wicket, easy shot for the left-hander. He's a big striker of the ball. 4.
Yeah, Ramesh, you called it. He wasn't quite to the pitch of the ball, was he? But he muscled it over mid-wicket. Of course, only the 2 men out. It's a good shot. Big gap out there at mid-wicket.
The field doesn't change. Will he go for another one? This time he blocks. That's a good length. Just changing his length a bit. Raza Hassan. Gone are the days when spinners wanted to bowl with an old ball. Now there's no room for that. You've got to get in early with the new one. He feels well. 6 from the over. 34 for 3. Well, Shahid Afridi will be pretty happy with the efforts of his bowlers. Anwar Ali 1 for 1, just used for 1 over. Tanveer for 2. That seems to be the general trend in T20 cricket. Just get them in and get them off quickly. Keep the opposition guessing. Mohammad Hafiz is coming on to bowl. An integral part of Pakistan team, whether it be T20, 50 overs or Test cricket. He's run into a very fine batting form of late. 45 wickets for him.
Wily, isn't he? That's a good way to describe him, I think. I think that he's not a huge turner of the ball, but he seems to be one step ahead of the game. He can bowl a good length. He slows it up, changes his pace beautifully. Very difficult to get hold of.
There's a reason why it's called the Professor. He knows everything. He thinks he knows everything. That's a single down the ground. He completely takes over. And he's got a great temperament also. He wants to be the best all-rounder, the best captain, whether he's the captain or not. But you see him just marshalling the troops. He's absolutely forgotten about Shahid Afridi's role as a skipper.
Oh!
And he's outstanding against the left-hander, Scotty.
Yeah, I always felt it was a good thing when your bowlers took control and knew where they wanted their fielders. The worst thing you could have is someone who's waiting for the captain to set the field for him. I think it shows that he knows what he's doing. Sometimes, yeah, you don't want him to override the captain, but yeah, he controls his game, which is good.
With a straighter one, Sarfraz has appealed for a stumping chance. Is Guptill gone? Missing a drive and losing his balance. The bails were whipped and Pakistan looked pretty confident about this result. Hafiz in his first over has, I think, dealt a severe blow. There's nothing wrong with his front foot landing. It's fine. It's a legitimate delivery. Now what happens here? He goes for that big lunging drive and it's touch and go. Maybe the foot was in the air, but it's grounded and I think he may just get the benefit of the doubt.
It's close, isn't it? This will probably show maybe it's in between frames. Oh, I think he's back. It's a good bit of wicket keeping, Safraz.
Yeah, I think he's going for an overdrive, I think. Yeah, dislodging the bails, but the batsman was in, so Guptill survives. Had the presence of mind really to know what was exactly happening, so allowed himself that extra bit of allowance where he could make a comeback of sorts. Yeah, sliding it back just in time.
Yeah, I'd have to suggest that it's benefit of the doubt. Seen a few different angles, all reveal the same thing. And all the players have gone back to their positions. Pakistan aren't quite so confident. I think they know.
Well, the third umpire wants to be absolutely sure. He's asked for a zoomer 3 times. And he's got it absolutely right. Not out is the call. Another single. We haven't seen a lot of big shots. New Zealand have really not been allowed that license to kill or thrill, for that matter.
Oh, at the back of their mind, though, they'll know that 130 has been a score that's been in the game. So they'll think that they have to have some wickets in hand to be able to come home strong. And that'll mean just turning over the strike for a few overs. Both of these players have a lot of power, Remy, so I would think if they both get in, then they'll know that they can catch up.
Still in the month of November and more. Wanted to make room and hit it through the offside. It's a single. Hafiz adjusting so well. So after 7:39 for the loss of 3. T20 cricket is there. December is a pleasant month in Dubai, and it'll get a little chilly as the days progress. Shahid Afridi is on for the first time. Leg break bowler, oblique googly as well. 78 wickets in 76 matches.
Well, it was impressive, 6.4, the economy rate. I know spinners have always been dangerous through the middle, but that's world class.
Starts with a half tracker that is punished. Good pickup shot. Dropping it short, and the batsman was on it in a flash.
Very much a loosener, wasn't it? And all Guptill had to do was make sure he found the gap, and he did it very well.
Yeah, to wait and then adjust it. Guptill with a massive blow through mid-wicket. Another short one. Will it find the gap? No, this time it's blocked. Not a great start by Shahid Afridi. He's trying to rub the ball and keep it dry. At the toss, he did mention about the dew factor, and that's a major reason why he's elected to bowl first. Right then, the left-hander is on strike. Anderson on 9 from 10. Got to be careful of his off-cutter. He doesn't bowl a lot of wrong ones, but he's got a good off-cutter.
It's a quicker one too. I've seen him get up to 134 with that faster delivery, and he's often blowing batsman's front leg off before they've moved. So it's a good comeback after that first ball, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got variations. He'll be quick through the air. At times it just floated up in the air with a bit of loop. There's that off cutter. That's hit back hard. Sohail Tanvir takes his own sweet time to retrieve the ball and send it back to Shahid Afridi. They're a little slow on the take.
Just having a look at this. Watch Guptill run back for 2. It's a big limp. It's the end of the over. 47 for 3.
Right then, current rate will fetch New Zealand 118 if they kick on 8 and over 143, which would be a good total in a contest. 6 bowlers used in the first 8 overs. Pakistan usually are very good at a shorter format because there's a lot of natural talent and ability. And I think they feel at home also when they're playing T20 or 50 overs cricket. It's a biggie, that's gone. First 6 of the evening. In fact, it's the second one. And Anderson is now getting it on for New Zealand.
It's a great use of the feet, and he didn't try and hit it too hard, which I think was the key. Just an easy swing of the bat. He's got a huge amount of power. Corey Anderson. That keeps his head down. Beautiful swing. Went about 10 rows back, Ramiz.
Yes, he's a strong hitter. Will he go again? This time he plays it off the back foot for a run. That 6 was 83 meters long. And it's the ease with which he hit it was so impressive. Just down the track and lifting it, not trying to hit it too hard. Straight as an arrow. Into the royal box. Shattered a few plates. Oh, in fact, he is able to maintain his plate with the food. It's well done. He'll keep on doing that. Guptill not moving freely out there. Maybe just a little bit injured. Scotty?
Yeah, I noticed it in the last over, coming back for a second. He's just got a limp on, so I wonder if he's just feeling a muscle in his leg. So we just see towards the end, there it is. And that's not normally a strength of his. He's very quick between the wickets. And when he's not hitting boundaries, that's normally the way he looks to increase the run rate, but he's just jogging.
Only be one, looking after his partner, Anderson, not making him rush. Once again, the towel is out. Pakistan very keen to dry the ball, keep it as dry as possible. Nine runs so far in this over, and a good one for New Zealand. Easily done for the 10th run. And after 9:57 for the loss of 3. leading wicket takers in T20s. Saeed Ajmal is not available. Umar Gul is not played today. Shahid Afridi, 78 from 76. Shot ball that's carved away once again for runs. Will it make it to the fence? Oh, almost dead. Umar Akmal diving over it. Shahid Afridi once again on the shorter side.
There's brilliant fielding. Umar Akmal, deep mid-wicket. He's made a lot of ground to his left. And once again, first ball of his over. It's almost like a loosener. And dragged down. Guptill hits it in the gap. Not quite as well as he had done the previous over. But as I say, impressive from Umar Akmal, even if he didn't know where it was.
It's the usual pattern. Hitting it down the ground and taking a run. Obviously not 100% out there, Guptill. They certainly are. It's going to be tough for bowlers trying to grip the ball. Pakistan very keen to keep it dry and towel it after almost every delivery.
I'd be interested, Rummies, in how they play it, the New Zealanders, from a batting perspective as a batsman yourself. Guptill, he's obviously favouring that leg. Maybe he just says, I'm going to bat through, and Corey Anderson provides the power and the other batsman to come.
Yeah, so if that's the scenario, then he needs to stay out there till the end and look to dominate in the last 3 or 4 overs. Make use of the time spent at the crease. Strike rate is still very good, 114, considering that New Zealand lost 3 in no time.
No.
Cut shot, and that's well defended. Anwar Ali is a smart mover. He's a good fielder, very athletic.
Yeah, with all due respect, it's not normally something you associate Pakistan with, is their fielding, but they've been brilliant tonight. It's already seen it from Umar Akmal. Anwar Ali to his left. Guptill hit that well.
Yeah, Afridi can be quick through the air. Oh, bowled him. It's a straighter one. He's castled him. Looking for spin. Guptill, maybe he wasn't 100%. Couldn't stretch his front foot forward to the pitch of it. But Pakistan have earned a valuable breakthrough here. They've uprooted a set Guptill. Yeah, missed a straight ball. There was a gap between bat and pad. He's gone for 32, 61 for 4. Well, then, new man in, Luke Ronchi. 14 matches, 199 runs. Not a lot of experience, but in T20 maybe it's not that bad. 14 matches. Strike rate of 157.9. Very impressive. Best of 51.
He's been incredibly impressive too in one-day cricket. Had a good series back in New Zealand against South Africa. So he's in good form. He's been over here as well in the Test squad without playing. As we have a look, just skid straight on. Guptill played outside it. So much for the plan of him batting through to the 20th over. Brilliant from Afridi.
Oh!
Excellent over. 4 and a wicket. 61 for 4 after 10.
Partnership between Corey Anderson and Martin Guptill was worth 46. It's been brought to an end by the Pakistan captain Shahid Afridi. So Luke Ronchi now will need to do just a little bit of rebuilding with Corey Anderson, who's looked in good touch so far. Halfway stage of the innings. And Raza Hassan back into the attack. Oh, that's a monster. Goodness me, that has gone miles back. Bazid Khan alongside me. Wow.
Huge would be an understatement. Corey Anderson, what a hit. Such a strong land, down on that one knee, and look at that sail away. That's massive. And dropped in the crowd as well. Not happy with that. But Corey Anderson, look at this for a strike. "94 meters, and oh, not good technique, and he's, look at that for reaction. Oh,
Full teapot, and he's complaining then to the gentleman alongside him, "You got in my way." Anderson just showing what he's capable of. Remember, on New Year's Day this year, he smashed 100 in just 36 balls in a one-day international against the West Indies.
left arm spinner spinning the back into him, and Raza will have to keep away from that hitting zone over mid-wicket.
He's been left out of the one-day internationals to come. Raza Hassan just included in this 2020 squad. So he's got maybe a point to prove. He was in the one-day squad for the series against Australia that happened in October.
Yes, he was the first choice in that tour, and Zulfikar Babar out-bowled him in the one-days, and now he's just for the T20. Yes, a little bit of pressure on him to regain that ODI bowling spot.
That'll be a wide. Nicely taken by Sarfraz down the leg side.
Ball will skid on from the left arm to the right hand. He's not a big spinner of the ball. Just get that arm ball in so often, and Ronki should look out for that one into his pads.
Ronki was here with the test squad, didn't play any of the tests, so he's had a long time on the sidelines. And he's off the mark now, pulling down towards long on. There's a misfield, and that's good running by Anderson. They're back for two, and the end of the over, 71 for 4. Those 3 wickets in the first 3 overs, a huge handicap for New Zealand after they were put into bat. Afridi now in his 3rd over. Umar Akmal once more, not keeping wicket for this match. Kept in the 2020 against Australia in October. Sarfraz has now taken over the gloves.
See the towels out, and Afridi's been dropping short as well. Umar Akmal, there was a lot of question marks on him being included because he didn't have a great first-class season either. Umar Akmal didn't have, when he went back from that Australian series, didn't have a very good first-class season. There are a bit of questions asked about his inclusion as well.
Corey Anderson now with his highest score in 2020 internationals, and he'll need to kick on to a great extent, because the average first innings score here in 2020 internationals is 136, and New Zealand will need all of that, you fancy?
All of that and more, Brian, because there's a lot of dew out there as well.
Oh, that's a cracking shot from Ronki. It's his first boundary, and that has absolutely screamed to the fence.
Gorgeous cover drive. Got down low to it. Back leg on the ground, and he's nailed that past extra cover, and it's raced away. What a shot to get off the mark of. Got so low onto it. Beautiful shot.
Ronki actually Made his international debut for Australia.
Yeah,
Born in New Zealand, brought up in Australia. And then decided to play for the country of his birth. And he slipped down the pecking order for Australia. What a shot that is. Short and pulled away, just a single. Ronke will keep the strike. 8 runs off the over, 79 for 4. Six bowlers used, and all of them have at least one over in Afridi's case, and more than that in the other cases up their sleeves. So what will Afridi do in terms of the death, I wonder? He's going to bring Anwar Ali back now, bowled the first over of the match, and got rid of Kane Williamson to the first ball that the New Zealand captain faced. Luke Ronke on strike.
Starts off with a cross seamer. It's not bowled a lot with the seam up. Maybe it's the dew now as well kicking in. But he bowled a very decent opening over, set the tone for Pakistan, and got that Williamson wicket. Even though it's cross seam, but it sort of seamed back into Williamson, and that set the tone for Pakistan. Just kept on taking a few wickets after that.
Anwar Ali left out of the squad for the first 2 one-day internationals, dropped having been in the squad for the one-day international series against Australia in October. So another man perhaps with a point to prove. Field changing over now for the left-handed Anderson. Fine leg is up in the circle. Third man's coming up as well. And now he's going back again because long off is coming into the circle. So we've got third man, deep cover. Deep mid-wicket, who's quite wide, and long on. They're the 4 fielders outside the ring. Good slower ball bouncer.
Yep, change-ups with the order of the day with that field. A deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, and that's a good option. Dropping it short. Slower bouncer, off-spinner. Just putting Anderson off. He's charging the fast bowlers, but with this sort of field set, there'll be a lot of change-ups.
So I didn't spot deep backward square out there as well. Short fine leg, backward point, extra cover and mid-off in the circle. Oh, he smashed it, absolutely smashed it. Real crowd killer, that one. It's a flat 6, and thank goodness for the fence around the boundary, because if it hadn't been for that fence, someone in the crowd would have been in real danger.
You can have as many deep mid-wickets back. If you can hit it that good, it's just gone flat. It's sort of 77 meters, and it hasn't left the ground at all. It's just skimmed away. Slow ball bouncer, picked up this time, and Anderson deposits that flat and over the fence.
They need to be issuing helmets to the crowd with Anderson at the crease. It's his third 6. He actually hit 14 sixes in his 36-ball 100 against the West Indies in Queenstown at the start of the year.
Maybe it's a good idea avoiding that leg side from Anderson. Because when he gets that full swing away, so much power, just gone completely flat, and it's a big hit, and a flat big hit.
And again, goodness me, He's absolutely smashed that one as well, and the security guards in front of the fence are looking at the crowd rather than the ball. They're the ones I fear for.
Again, not learning short, and no matter how many fielders you have back, it's gone again very, very flat and almost the same place. This one, 75. It's not leaving the ground a lot, but it's certainly getting over the fence.
Well, Anwar Ali's got this wrong. Can he make amends now? Oh, it's gone over backward point. Just beyond Hafiz. Miscue, well bowled Anwar Ali. It's the end of the over. Anderson keeps the strike, 93 for 4. Everyone's having a great time. There you are. Plenty of entertainment. Early wickets to give Pakistan the lift, but now New Zealand are fighting back, and fighting back superbly. Corey Anderson leading the return for the Black Caps. And Shahid Afridi now going to bowl his last over.
Just getting it to skid on. Maybe it's an idea sort of getting away from that leg side. The last delivery from Anwar Ali was outside the off stump, and that's where you have to concentrate with Anderson, striking at 142.
If he can bat through to 20 overs, goodness knows what New Zealand's score could be. He wants a fresh pair of gloves. 4 sixes and 1 4 for Anderson up to this point. Luke Ronke, who got runs against South Africa in the one-day internationals that were played in October. 99 and 79 he got. He hasn't played an awful lot of cricket recently. As for Anderson, he was showing signs of just coming into form at the back end of that Test series. Got 50 in Sharjah in the Test that New Zealand won. Swing and a miss.
That's his go-to area, that mid-wicket, long-on area. The mid-wicket, he's already peppered that so much. But with Afridi, he'll skid the ball across him. It'll be much more difficult to hit him.
This is unusual in the middle of the over. Ronke wanting a change of gloves. Let's have a look at the 4 maximums that Corey Anderson has mustered.
Straight one, didn't even sort of look as if he's hitting that hard. This one was massive, absolutely massive. And then these 2 flat sixes.
The short arm jab down to long on. Boy, he hits the ball hard.
Every ball, they're sort of wiping the ball. They've got towels out and wiping the ball, so there's lots of dew out there as well, Brian.
It's a cracking shot over extra cover again. That brings up the 100. It's a profitable area for Ronke. It's the end of the over. That's the end of Afridi as well. 1 for 27 for him. It's 100 for 4. Anderson and Ronke, 39 this partnership now from just 26 balls. Terrific stuff, and New Zealand fighting back. And with 6 overs to go, it's necessitated a change as far as Shahid Afridi's concerned. Back comes big Mohamed Irfan. He's been a menace with the ball so far. Pakistan need a wicket.
Anderson on 46, and this will be a different challenge. The bounce from Irfan, and he's looking at that mid-wicket region, but it'll be difficult pulling Irfan.
And that'll be a wide. Easy enough for Hassan Raza. That's 3 wides and a no ball now that Pakistan have bowled in this innings.
The way the field is set, fine leg is up, so Irfan will probably be targeting that fuller length or that Yorker length. A deep square leg and a long on, but the fine leg is up, so he'll probably be try and hit that full and straight length.
Anderson up to 47. Mohamed Irfan, the big fella in red there, that just gives you an indication of that extra height that he has compared to Sohail Tanvir. Remember, he's over 7 foot, Mohamed Irfan, and then his release point will be well above that as well. Sohail Tanvir below there in the yellow. Ronke goes over mid-on. Mid-on is up in the circle and just pitches and ends up short of the boundary. A couple of runs, but Ronke showing his intent.
In the midst of Anderson bludgeoning those 6s, Ronke's played a few beautiful shots. In this one, he's tried to go over mid-on, not timed it that well, but he's looking in good touch, Ronke. He's played 2 spanking extra cover drives, and this one off Irfan staying low, which is the key to play this fast bowler.
Well, in his previous incarnation for Australia, Luke Ronke, he once scored a one-day international half-century in just 22 balls against the West Indies. Slices that one over backward point. Couple more runs for Ronke, but they're showing some real intent here, New Zealand. It's good cricket.
45 runs this partnership, and they're doing it well. Didn't really intend it to go there, but he'll take it. Just slid off the face, probably trying to go more over extra than that. That seems to be his region, extra cover and through cover.
It's just too quick, and the extra bounce as well.
Yep. If you're facing Irfan for the first time, it's very, very difficult with that. You've never seen anything like it. Tallest bowler ever, and the bounce he gets and the release points. Ronke done for both pace and bounce, so it's difficult for a new man facing him.
Fine leg coming up into the circle, and mid-on going back to long on. So we've got a long off, long on, deep cover, third man, and deep square leg on the fence. And again through extra cover, Ronke, and again he gets 4. 3 fours for Ronke through extra cover. It's the end of the over, and a good over too for New Zealand. In fact, we've got one more ball to come because there was the wide off the first ball of the over. So power to add for New Zealand. 10 runs from this Irfan over already.
That's his area. He loves that extra cover area, and he's been hitting it right in the middle. This time, just going to that leg side a little bit, opening his body up, and he's crashed that through extra cover. On the up, that's a very difficult shot to play against Irfan, but he's nailed it.
Oh, great take, Sarfraz. Superb stuff from him. The end of the over, 10 runs from it. 5 to go. It's 110 for 4.
Nice little recovery this between Anderson and Ronke. 47-21 on the partnership, 49. Death overs are about to start. Last 5 have gone for 49, in fact. Anderson. And he's looking to go big again. He doesn't get all of it. 50 partnership up now, though, between these two. Pretty good time off 34 deliveries. Nelson's up, and so's Ramiz Raja.
I'm always up. Well, it's never a good time to bowl in T20 cricket, but he's come on to bowl in the 16th over. Can't be easy. Got to enjoy this from both these batsmen, because they've been so good with the timing of the partnership and the way they've made a comeback. 50 from 35.
Nice little chip. Yeah, he's good at that too. Luke Ronke, who's opened the innings, 50 over stuff, and didn't quite go to plan there. And they've said, well, he could be a player as a finisher. Keeper batsman said, look, might be better down at even 6 or 7 and 50 over cricket. And he's doing a fine job with Anderson, who's got big, has he? And oh, it's taken. What a catch, judged to perfection, because of the boundary rope looming, and he was looking for his half century, was big Corey Anderson. He falls too short, and it is a super innings. They sure are. Down the boundary, never easy by the rope. Judged sweetly. Anderson's got to go, too short of a half century, and it's 112 for 5 here. Cheerleaders in the crowd have come alive again. 5th one down. Neesham's in. Jimmy. Good strike rate. Another left-hander at the crease, so it's ideal for New Zealand. Lefty replaces lefty. Crossed over. Time for Luke Ronke. And he's got a bit of responsibility on here. New Zealand can ill afford to lose 2 together.
He's got terrific temperament, Raza Hassan. This really was clubbed, but not off the middle of the bat, and very good catch. He knew exactly where he was in respect to the rope, and he jumped to perfection and got a good one. 113 for 5.
Top 5 pretty much blown away except for Guptill and Anderson. Ronke there, 23. He's got a wonderful little start here as Luke Ronke. Getting the bottom half of this batting lineup fire for the Black Caps. Only 4 overs to go though.
Right then, minimum 135 and 8 and over 145, 10 153. 10 and over is a reality possibility because Ronke is playing a very good hand here. Neesham, well, he hasn't faced a ball, but we know his prowess as a hitter. Here we go then. Sohail Tanvir is back on view.
Yeah, Raman, I like it too. The left armers come around the wicket at the death, close down the angles, changes of pace and Yorkers. Yeah, and this was a good catch. Timed it beautifully and got both hands to it.
Yeah, we've seen so many good catches taken at the rope, and well, you can include this one as well. Not as spectacular as some of the catches we saw, Danny, during the Champions League. But this really was a very good take. Knew exactly where the rope was. Not easy when you're keeping two things in mind. Kept his focus on the ball and took a good on.
Ronke eyeing up. That offside. Brilliantly bowled. Change of pace, the slow tennis ball that never arrived.
Yeah, you've got to keep an eye on the ball because it's got so many variations and good variations, Sohail Tanvir. Good example of how you keep your eye on the ball while keeping an eye on the rope. Very good, athletic. So when you're dealing with variations, it's important as a player, as a batsman, really to look closely at the ball. This one, normal delivery, a little quicker. And that's good running. Brilliant piece of running. A miss it earns New Zealand a couple of runs. Long on had to come in, deal with it.
Yeah, it's no mean feat either for Tanvir coming round, because he's got fine leg and third man up. You're slightly off with your length and a bit of width, just enough. And that thrashing edge, flying over third man or in between slip gully, and finds that gap. No protection with third man up and backward point, the edge of the 30-metre circle. Cover on the fence, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket and deep backward square. And short, it's going to be lucky, is Ronke.
Some of these young fielders are good because they attack the ball. They're not afraid really to go for a big try. The body language has been good. How will they react to a run chase? That's the other big question, the query. Shahid Afridi has challenged its team, the batsmen will get whatever runs are put by New Zealand, and New Zealand are making a kind of a recovery. They did well with the last partnership between Anderson and Ronke. They need to finish well here. We are at the business end of this innings.
Left-hander on strike. Third man's gone back, so too had fine leg for the left-handed Nishan. Now it's been handed back with his first ball, which is ideal. One to go. Got to give the lion's share of it to Luke Ronke. 3 boundaries for him in his 26. Only 3 overs to go after this one. Run rate, well, it's pretty much going at 7. Where does Ronke want to go with this one? Slow, and he's got a Q-ender, and that'll race away. The big guy can get nowhere near it. A good result for Ronke and the Black Caps. 121 for 5 here. Well, everyone's got a wicket except the Professor. Wonder if he'll get one tonight. It has been shared around with the Pakistan bowling attack. 5 sixes, 8 fours. And the music and the jiving is happening in the stands here in Dubai.
Raza Hassan, 3 overs, 1 for 19. And he's employed in the crunch moment of the game, so they feel that he's got the temperament really to bowl a good one. He's bowling to a left-hander, he's quick through the air and beats the batsman. That's a good start, a dot. That one kept just a shade low as well.
Oh!
As long as he can stay away from a big strike, it'd be fine, Raza Hassan. Very keen to keep the ball dry. Right then, Ronke is on strike. Which way can he go? Mid-wicket? Almost. Square leg, single, because he's not trying to spin the ball, he's darting him in. So you've got to really target the leg side field. And he's shorter with his length also.
Yeah, last delivery was almost 106 Ks. Darting them in. Put the goggles on. Highlighters. Another good delivery. Yeah, this is fabulous at the death from the left arm orthodox.
A quick huddle between the think tank. By whatever runs they get on the board, it's important now that they bowl well and forget about the due factor. Just worry about winning this.
Down the track. Enough on it. Oh, great work with the palms. Save 6. Brilliant.
What a palm. What a stop. Really was excellent. Saad Naseem once again doing a fabulous job. This probably was the highlight of the fielding effort. He took a stunner in the last over, but this was really well done. Palming it to perfection this time and keeping the ball in play. That could have been a 6 for sure. Great anticipation, well done.
Yeah, fantastic awareness again of the boundary rope, knowing he probably wouldn't get there and pull off a catch. Saves 4 runs. Could be the difference in this contest. 1 to go, only 4 from it. Only going to get 5 off the 18th. Wonderful stuff. 26 for 5 now. Lowest totals. First innings posted. Teeing off. Well, seen some low scores. Pakistan here didn't quite get 100 against the Aussies recently. Ahmed Afan, who's looking for the Yorker. Couple of overs to go.
His natural length is so good because he gets it to bounce. And so can be just a tricky customer. Even when he bowls his length, I think he's okay. Fastest 145.9, and you add 6 feet 7 inches to the difficulty factor and becomes absolutely difficult customer. Well, that is hit hard, magnificent straight drive. Anwar Ali gets to the ball, only a single. Ronke is timing them well. Saad Naseem was the fielder. He's been outstanding at that mid-wicket range. Took a beautiful catch. Afridi feels that it's going for a 6, and have a look at that effort. Yeah, I think he wanted to grab it and then took the next best option, which was to palm it back into play. Captain liked it.
Well bowled. It's inside the tram lines. Batter gives himself that much more room. Nothing wrong with that. The wide Yorker is certainly part of the strategy in T20 these days.
He's certainly trimmed down, Irfan. He's been out of the game because of a stress fracture. Hip stress fracture. He's certainly leaner and, well, he's always been mean.
Straight up. Who wants it? Long off. Akmal. Too easy. Jimmy Neesham couldn't get it over the rope. The 6th one down now. And it is the big left-hander who's got to go. Caught by Umar Akmal off Mohammad Irfan for just 6. 128 for that many down. Rejoicing. Other Pakistani fans. 6th one down now. And McCullum, not Brendan, this is Nathan. Ronke with a little scoop shovel. It's a single.
Not easy hitting him down the ground. Irfan has got pace, he's tall, so usually the ball hits the splice of the bat, and so difficult to time Irfan. This wasn't time. Neesham looking for a glory shot, glory hit over the rope. Found Umar Akmal, who took a good one. He adjusted well, minding the fence. High ball under lights can be a little tricky. So well judged.
Ronke into the 30s. Nathan McCullum faces first. Simply wants to get Ronke back on strike. They have to be bowled again. That's handy. The batting side, like a few more of those, just to help things out. Thinks he should have got something on it. So does he. He's got something on it. He's in the air, having a ball. No bat on that. 130 for 6. Yeah, those good overs there between about 7 and 8 through to 15, when Anderson and Ronke were going rather nicely. It's stuttery ever since, and then Neesham's got out. So we've got McCullum in. We're down to the quick men. Milne and McClenaghan, Matt Henry on debut. Gone! He's knocked him over. Perfect delivery, full, and closing down the angle is Sohail Tanvir.
Yes, very well bowled, hitting the stumps. Trying to play across the line, but Ronke has done his job. 33 from 28 was a good innings. 130 for the loss of 7, New Zealand.
Adam Milne, refreshed-faced young fellow. He's hardly played, hardly batted. Thrashing blade, he gets off the mark this time. Hand the strike over to Nathan McCullum.
Well, if you've not played him before, it can be difficult to decipher because he's got a different action. Yeah, angling it in. Ronke trying to work it away through square leg, missed it. Perfectly delivered. The length was good. Just followed him in from that angle. You think he liked it? He absolutely loved it.
I love the hair as well. But like yours is going.
Yeah, yours gone.
It's definitely gone. I was just wondering about the dyeing of yours. Oh, well bowled. Smart. Oh, just missed the stumps. Took the bye, but the run out was definitely on.
Then we should have allowed it to roll. He came in the way of the non-striker stumps. Right, then Milne has the strike. The last 3 balls left in the innings. 132 for the loss of 7. Well, the average runs 135, so pretty even Stevens as far as New Zealand are concerned. Slow delivery. Once again, it's a bye. Once again, the keeper misses.
Byes, he's going to have to work on that. Sarfraz. Need to hit those. All 3 to look at. Both occasions. Sarfraz Ahmed. Just misses the leg stump. Can't blame the batters going for it. Just misses. Want to hit those, Mr. Sarfraz. Again, well bowled. Dealing in singles. No boundaries. Only a delivery to go.
It was a wider angle from Irfan because he went to the edge of the crease really and created a different angle for the batsman. He's so good with such variations. Have a look. Oh, very close to the no ball. But he's done well. Just 4 runs from the over.
Let's take a French cut. Take one and be happy. It's pretty much the average first inning score. 136 is the first innings average here. It's 135 for 7 from 20. And a good job done. Will Pakistan be feeling that? I think they will be. Winning the toss, Shahid Afridi. Keen to bowl first. They've done that role pretty well with some good fielding, good catching and some useful bowling for the men in green up against the Black Caps.
So just 25 runs in the last 5 overs. The innings really never took off. And credit to Pakistan for limiting New Zealand's excess with the bat to 135. They picked 7 wickets as well. They looked very sharp in the field. And Shahid Afridi led them well. Now they need to bat well, really, because New Zealand have got runs on the board. Let's see how Pakistani batsmen react to a run chase.
Pakistan require 136 for victory. The average score of teams batting first here at the Dubai International Stadium is 136, so New Zealand basically on par. Zia opening the innings, still very much a fledgling career for him at international level, and alongside him at the other end, Sarfraz Ahmed. He was pushed up to the top of the order during the one-day international series against Australia at the beginning of October. Keep an eye out for some improvisation, particularly looking to sweep the quick bowlers. That's something he did to reasonable effect in that previous series. And Matt Henry, on 2020 international debut, is going to open up from the Dubai Sports City end. '65th player for the Black Caps to play in this form of the game. He's going to be starting off with 2 slips in position. They're the catches in this power play. Third man and deep backward square leg, the men outside the circle.
It's a good start, good quick single from Sarfraz. Actually, both players, Mugers, I'm looking forward to watching. Matt Henry, I'm not sure if you're aware, took 4 for 28 on his one-day international debut against India. Bowled with good pace. It's quite whippy at the crease. And then I've obviously heard a lot about Sarfraz. I haven't seen too much of the Australian and New Zealand Test series, but he scored hundreds, and he scored them very quickly. So just looking at the scorecards at face value, he looks well suited to 2020 cricket.
Zia, the left-hander, 2 slips still in position. And again, good wheels from Matt Henry.
Yeah, at his top speed, he'll touch 140, so that's quick enough. I was very impressed with Mohammad Irfan getting up to 90 mile an hour, 145 in that first innings with bounce, but 141 there. So he's immediately into his stride, which is a good sign from the New Zealanders. They picked 5 quicks in this with Mitchell McClenaghan, Adam Milne, and the 2 all-rounders, Neesham and Anderson.
Yes, he played 5 matches for Canterbury in the domestic 2020 competition before this series. Picked up 6 wickets, including 3 for 19 against Otago.
Yeah, I did a bit of commentary on all of that at home, so I've seen a bit of him. Not really a death bowler at this stage. He'll spend most of his time having bowled his overs out by the 16th over. So that'll be one part of his game. If he wants to be a realistic option for New Zealand at the World Cup, I know we're talking a different version of the game. That's one area he'll need to keep improving on.
And he'll need to work on his accuracy there as well. That's a wide with Hassan Raza getting his arms out. It's a good opportunity for the likes of Matt Henry, though, isn't it? And Adam Milne with Trent Boult and Tim Southey back in New Zealand having a rest.
Yeah, it's a real strength of New Zealand cricket at the moment. McClenaghan's there. We've got Kyle Mills sitting on the sideline tonight. He's been a proven performer for 10 years. Must be close to another wide. So there's a real depth, and there's a couple of other guys coming up at home back in New Zealand as well. So it's the sort of depth I'm not sure I've seen in New Zealand cricket for quite a while. It's the batting side of things where there's really only 6 or 7 players, perhaps 7 or 8, for that top order spot. So real competition means that New Zealand should be able to go in with a form seam attack.
It's a lovely shape away from the right-hander. Sarfraz just having his feet in cement there.
Yeah, it's
those two slips could be in business here. It's a really good first over from Matt Henry, his first over in 2020 international cricket. It cost just 3 runs. Pakistan 3 without loss. Just the first over then for Pakistan, chasing 136 for victory, early days.
Mitchell McClenaghan is the new bowler as well, and he's bowled fantastically well for New Zealand. His strength, Mergers, is his ability to compete. He's coming from the domestic 2020 back in New Zealand for Auckland, where his captain there would often bring him in against the opposition's best players, and he just keeps fighting and keeps coming hard. He'll run in and try and hit the pitch hard, and he's got the ability to bowl some bad deliveries, but he's got the ability also to bowl some absolute crackers. And of course, in the one-day arena for New Zealand, I think he was the third fastest, something like that, to 50 wickets in all of one-day history.
Yeah, 11 wickets in just 3 matches in last year's ICC Champions Trophy in England. He's a wicket taker, there's no question about that. He's got a little bit of an issue behind the bowler's arm. McClenaghan spent part of 2014 playing first-class cricket for Worcestershire in England. 7 wickets in 5 matches for Auckland in the domestic 2020 competition that's reaching a climax now in New Zealand. And he starts off with a very useful delivery.
Yeah, and the big improvement for McClenaghan is the ability now to swing the ball away from the left-hander. It's not really been something you would see from him. He's always run it across the right-hander. We have a look here, just shaping away beautifully. And if he can continue that, we've seen a lot of that in the Test series, haven't we, from Trent Boult?
Cracking shot from Zia, and that's an indication of what a good surface it is. Played it on the up, found the gap, and gets the first boundary of this innings.
This is a great shot, not a half volley, just at the top of the bounce. The despairing dive from McCullum, I think it was, at cover. That's a beautiful shot, easily crests it for 4.
Dickish outside edge, just a single. Oasia opened the batting in the 2020 international against Australia here in October, made 3, and he made his international debut on this ground as well in February of 2012 against England. Made 18 on that occasion from 12 balls. Sarfaraz now back on strike, playing for PIA in 2013. 250 runs at the top of the order in a domestic 2020 competition. Averaged 50. Just over backward point. That'll be 4. A little bit of width, and Sarfaraz fed on it.
As I was saying before, he has the ability to bowl the odd short and wide delivery. Pretty close to the fieldsman, but in the end, all he had to do, Sarfaraz, was make sure he got enough of it, and he did. He's picked the right man out, Tom Latham, who of course is on the field for Guptill. We talked earlier about him having a bit of a leg injury.
Latham, of course, equally at home with the gloves that Ronke preferred as the gloveman in the Black Caps limited overs lineups.
Of course, Brendan McCullum as well, BJ Watling. So we've just mentioned the depth that New Zealand has with their quick bowlers. The keepers pretty well looked after too.
Uppercut. Third man in business, just a single. Sarfaraz will keep the strike, 13 without loss in 2 overs. Pakistan then. Good start for them. No wickets down so far. And the crowd very much into what's going on. But New Zealand did well to get to 135 for 7. They were 15 for 3 in the third over. Matt Henry, he'll continue from the Dubai Sports City end. One of the slips has come out.
Mergus, look at that. Impressed with that beard. Just a bit of a story around that. Of course, he plays for the Knights, which makes him a good guy already. But he had a bet with one of his friends that he would keep the beard for 12 months. So he's had it for a while. He can't be far away. But it's now looking a bit long and raggedy, isn't it?
Take me about 10 years to grow a beard like that, I think. But you mentioned he's with the Knights. The Knights have been very badly hit by international call-ups in the domestic 2020 competition, haven't they? They're your team.
Yeah, they are. I'm glad you brought that up. I've been extremely biased in the commentary box back in New Zealand. But yes, of course, they had 7 members of the Test team that won the 3rd Test down in Sharjah. And then, of course, Devsic and one other. I'm trying to think who that is. Dean Brownlee, who's part of the squad here. Vittori, who, of course, came into that last Test match side. But, yeah, them and Otago, probably the 2 strongest teams in New Zealand at the moment. But it's exciting times. As an ex-player now, there's a lot of very good young players. And the World Cup just around the corner. In an ideal world, I would think just 12 months more experience in New Zealand would be a real, genuine threat. I think they're an underdog as it is, especially at home. I love watching the 2 all-rounders, Neesham and Anderson. The quicks we've talked about, Dan Vittori with his spin bowling. So I think they'll be able to give the Australias, the South Africas, the Pakistans a real good shake.
Zahir Abbas, the Pakistan legend in the crowd today. Over 100 first-class hundreds to his credit. There's his record. Known in some circles as the Asian Bradman. What a player he was, not only for Pakistan, but he played for many years, of course, for Gloucestershire in the English County Championship, alongside Mike Proctor. There's that attempted sweep shot from Sarfraz. He felt it was on with fine leg up in the circle. Ronke has a shout for a catch, maybe just to put the umpire off signalling a wide. And if that was the case, he succeeded.
It would have been a tough decision, I think, to give that a wide. He's stepped down the wicket and a little bit too off, and it's going over leg stump. But, so you've got to praise the umpire and say a very good decision.
Saw Sarfraz sweep Kane Richardson for 6 in Sharjah. Looks for the single, it's not there with fine leg up in the circle. A really good over from Henry, just 2 runs from it, 15 without loss. Confirmation of those 3 quick wickets for New Zealand. You can see on the top Manhattan there in the first 3 overs, but it was a good recovery, and then they tapered away at the back end. They scored just 25 in the last 5 overs. That was a good recovery by Pakistan's bowlers and fielders. And now it's Adam Milne. That wasn't where it was meant to go as far as OAC is concerned. He'll get 4 for it. But he was beaten for pace, I rather fancy there.
Well, it's understandable. 144 Ks for your first delivery for around 90 miles an hour. He's trying to play the pull shot. It's got on him too quickly. But in the end, he got enough of it. And with mid-off relatively close, He's back on the circle. I fancy he would have been in business for a catch, but he's in saving one, so good shot.
Edged and just short. He's a long way back as it is, Luke Ronchi. Maybe just a fraction too far back on that occasion. It looks, actually looking at that, it was off the cue end of the bat. That's why it went down. That's how far back he is. He's not a million miles from the edge of the 30-yard circle, is he?
It's a slow wicket as well. So when you take that into consideration, he doesn't have the height, of course, that we saw from Mohammad Irfan to get and generate bounce.
Oh, a little bit of a yes-no, excuse me, between the two batsmen. I was talking to the guys at the ICC Academy in the lead-up to this match, and they said Adam Milne playing against Ireland for New Zealand A in the lead-up to this match, 5 for 33 he got, and they said he was just beating the Irish batsmen with a pace. He was a yard too quick for them.
Yeah, he's been around now for 2 or 3 seasons. His main issue has been staying on the field. He's been a bit of an injury-prone prospect, if you like. The skills are unquestioned. We can see that already. And you just hope that he, in a World Cup year from New Zealand's perspective, he is able to stay on the field because he's such a weapon.
He made his debut against Pakistan in the Boxing Day 2020 International of 2010, 4 overs for 46. But you mentioned about the injuries there, Scotty, because I think he missed the recent one-day international series at home against South Africa with an elbow injury, which also sidelined him from the A Tour of England and Scotland. Nothing better than seeing a quick bowler flying in.
And so far, just by watching these two batsmen, they're looking for width. Not a lot of foot movement, but as soon as they see that width, they just throw the hands at it. We've seen one edge already not carry, but we've also seen 2 or 3 boundaries that have come from beautiful shots. With that 147.9, it's getting up there, isn't it?
And again, just too quick. The end of Milne's first over. It costs 5, 20 without loss. Steady start for Pakistan so far. The dancers are happy. Again, not timed from Oasia, but mid-on was up inside the circle, Jimmy Neesham, and it just about cleared him. The intent is there from these two batsmen, the execution not quite.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier Matt Henry better at the front of the innings than he is at the back, and he's into his 3rd over now. Both these batsmen have had an opportunity to have a look and see what he has, and they're looking to be aggressive, which is a good tactic. Jimmy Neesham in tight, trying to save one. In the end, it just lobs over his head, so
well, that's unusual, isn't it? He was trying to play a little flick down to fine leg. It signals a leg by Hassan Raza. In the end, it was a pretty good stop from Luke Ronchi.
All right. We've seen a couple of good bits of keeping so far. Sarfraz made a couple of beautiful saves in the first innings. Both these batsmen, they like that little shovel, don't they, over the keeper or short fine leg's head.
That's a good response from Henry. We've seen some serious wheels from a couple of the New Zealand bowlers. And now, a little slower ball bouncer. The crowd don't like it. They think it should have been a wide. But again, I think Hassan Raza's got that spot on. Or maybe not.
And Sarfraz is standing there and gesticulating to the umpire that he thought that was a no ball, or a wide, sorry, for above the head.
Clubbed over mid-on. He's struggled to locate the middle of the bat so far, Sarfraz. He's done it there.
Well, that's a beautiful response, isn't it? Just clears that front leg. And with only the two men out, deep square and third man, just had to make sure he got enough of it, and he did.
The tiger from Sarfraz. And there's that sweep shot we were talking about previously. And it's gone all the way for 6. He did it against Australia. He's done it again now against New Zealand.
Well, how do you practice this? It's quite incredible. Not only down on one knee, but he's also a metre down the crease. When the bowler's bowling 140 Ks, it takes quite some bravery. That is sensational, that. Not even close, well over the boundary.
Timed beautifully, but straight to Devsic at backward point. The end of the over, 13 runs from it, the most expensive of the innings, 33 without loss.
Very good start for Pakistan. Know what the target is. And that can be part of the formula in this format of the game. A lot of sides like to bowl first, then they know what they're chasing down and how the pitch plays. Here's a bit of Anton Devsic. His first delivery. And he gets a slide out to try and prevent the batsman running, but they're not falling for that. Sarfraz well run. G'day, Baz.
Pakistan off to a good start here, and New Zealand needs wickets in a hurry. Devsic with his left armers have his work cut out here, because Sarfraz, as we know, is a brilliant player of spin bowling. He's on to the left-handed, not domestic T20, not a bad economy rate for a spinner.
Yeah, batting is probably his strongest suit, Anton Devsic, but very useful. Coming on and pace off the ball.
So Sarfraz on strike. This should be interesting. Sarfraz doesn't hold back against the spinners at all. Williamson will have to get his feel right. Somehow block that sweep shot. And he'll probably go over cover as well. So there's lots of options for Sarfraz against the spinners. He's square leg is up, so he's probably eyeing that region as well.
Very keen to stamp his authority, probably more show his form and wares, Sarfraz. Very well in the test arena the last couple of months. In fact, he's dined out test hundreds this calendar year. Not quite ready. No, Ronke. He's just saying, hold your horses, Anton. Devsic, just have to wait. Look at that field right. Wrist work, that's a boundary. Picks the gap beautifully to Sarfraz.
loves that leg side of the spinners, and we've seen this time and time again in the test matches. Uses the feet, knows exactly where the field are, and there's a big gap at mid-wicket and just rolls that wrists on them. He's got the full range. He can sweep and do that as well, so you've got to somehow get that field right on the leg side.
Bit of width on offer. That'll race away for 4 to end the power play here. 6 overs done. That last one went for 11. It's 44 without loss. Big comparison in the score as Nathan McCullum comes on with his off breaks. Been around a while. Fine performer in this format for the Black Caps. New Zealand, the same juncture with 34 for 3. The moment, the hosts are cruising. No way, Zia gets one on his leg stump, can't put it away.
It's an interesting choice, Danny. A lot of McCullum having a little word. It's been given a wide, and McCullum saying that it hit the thigh pad, and he was right.
Oh dear. Shout here. Raza says no. Under the pump.
That looks extremely close. Raza says no. Just that ball sliding in. Maybe just outside that off stump, but running back in. Where's there? It's not brilliant against the spinners, and that's the word around the first class circuit.
Oh, hey Baz, slipped something in there. It was honing in on the poles as well. So the first one given a wide, which hit the bottom of the thigh pad, dropped down. And now, McCullum's got the challenge of Sarfaraz on strike. Wide with an LBW shout. Left-hander always. Zia's back on strike. A couple of deliveries ago. Umpire's call. Now McCullum, he's got a bit of a case to plead there. Well run.
McCullum in this 7th over bowling quite well, but interestingly, Danny, a lot of captains regard the 6th over as being a very important part of their T20 innings, and it's been given not to your premier spinner, but an batting all-rounder. So that's an interesting decision from Kane Williamson.
Yeah, the rags are out. I think they'll be handing them out to the players a lot more. You see, all the players might have one of those stuck in the back of the trousers as the dew just starts to get that little bit heavier. That was the call from Shahid Afridi as well at the toss. Concerned about that. Ends the 7th, it's 49 without loss. Sitting pretty at the moment are the hosts. Haven't lost a wicket yet. They've almost put on a 50-run opening stand. If they get one more, it'll be the first time in 18 innings of T20 international cricket that the opening partnership will breach 50. Can they do it? They've brought back McClenaghan. Yeah, 18 innings for Pakistan in this form of the game, the last 18 for an opening partnership. Can they breach 50? Down on one knee to sweep. Different.
Just people caught on with that shot now. There's twice that he's gone down and been delivered a bouncer. Well, not exactly a bouncer, but just short of length. But he's always going to make it a bouncer by going down on one knee.
Bowler's gone up. He's got his arms wide open with the appeal. Mitch McClenaghan. Change of pace. Yeah, good thinking from the bowler.
New Zealand seamers bowling a lot of short stuff here, 61% short. Compare that to the Pakistanis, well, 48.
And just shy. Henry couldn't quite get there, and there is the 50 partnership. The opening stands so far for Pakistan.
Almost became the 19th innings without a 50 partnership. Almost carried to third man, just short. But that's what Sarfraz does with that sweep shot. He makes the bowler bowl short, and then he likes cutting the ball, sort of uppercuts and cuts past point. Just those two lengths he works with.
Flat bat. Again, mistimed. Seen a little bit of that tonight from both sides.
Living dangerously, this time not carrying to mid-off. Just with that cross seam, short pitch, sort of maybe just too quick for him. He's trying to hit it to mid-on, but ended up just punting it towards mid-off.
Yeah, McClenaghan has that ability. He does you a bit with pace at times, or then lack of it, and then the bounce. And the bounce there was the difficulty for Owais. He's going to pinch the strike here. Yeah, just two off the over. Good one for New Zealand. 51 without loss. cruising along. Another men in green. Hustling for the quick one. And had to. Here we go upstairs. Yes, has to ask for it. Got in front of the stumps, did McCullum, and it was a quick throw as well from Devsic.
Looks close. The New Zealand reactions not too confident, but oh, looks very close. The umpire in the way, but it's very difficult. Just looks on the line.
On the line is out, and oh, I'd love another side on, I'm sure. Mr. Raza upstairs. Shows Raza on the line is out. Remember, that's the umpires. Yeah, it looks out on the line. Keep running to the dressing room. Oh, wait.
Looks like it's on the line, but still the umpire wanting to be sure. It'll be pretty poor running if it ends up being out, but it's... Oh, that's umpire's leg covering it, but a couple of replays earlier just looked on the line, Danny.
Yeah, I think this is the best angle. Not completely side on, but that is a beauty. See, to me, the bails are up. Yeah, look at that. And he's on the line. Okay, time to make a decision, Mr. Raza. Let's move the game forward. Because I tell you, sitting at your chair at home in your favourite spot, that looks out. OUT. And there it is. Bingo, we've got the decision. First one down, it's a run out. And Owais Zare's got to go back for 20. Run out by Devsic, 51 for 1. Had a run out, so we've got the professor in. Muhammad Hafiz, lots of experience, useful numbers, a useful smile too for the camera. Good fielding. Glenn, is it? Yeah, good work. And a big fella.
Just a little stutter there, but it wasn't great running, but a great pickup and throw, and brilliant from in front of the stumps to have the awareness where the stumps are. Done well, Nathan McCullum.
Yeah, great stuff. Fabulous replay. Pick all that up. Nice gather. And good awareness from Nathan McCullum to get in front of the sticks. Gather. Finish the job from a good throw from Devsic. Still a big difference in the game. Only one down. And New Zealand were 3 down. More and more difficult for the spinners, and that's the one that's feared. Great pickup. On the charge. And into the gap. And 4 more to Safraz. Geez, he likes this ground.
And he loves that wide mid-on region as well. He just inevitably picks the gap. He maneuvers himself to get into such a position that he's actually hit it over mid-wicket, the short mid-wicket, ensuring that it goes into the gap. It's just so impressive with his placement when he comes down the wicket. 4 all the way.
Loves this venue. There's Devsic again. I want to take a risk on that arm. Yeah, 100 against Australia in the Test match, and then 100 against New Zealand in the next Test match at this very venue. Dines out here, certainly in recent times. Now, he's got a great start, 34 from 31. No run there for Hafiz. 9 done, it's 58 for 1. Ticking along. In control are the hosts. After 9 overs, only lost the 1 wicket. Time for Adam Milne, youngest New Zealander, make his T20 debut. There is the beard that's fared again. It's like a magnet for him. I don't think he'll shave that beard. It's going well.
I think Kiwi should grow more of them, if that's the case. Lovely dive, cross, and does well. He's in the pick of things, but just helps with your balance as well. The beard sort of helps with your balance while fielding.
Yeah, of course you'd know. You've trimmed the balance a bit too, haven't you? It's going well. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, look. Oh, the new groom. Still less than a year. That constitutes new to me. Honeymooners. We can't get this away. Extra pace now from Milne. He's so deceptively quick.
Yes, he's got a lot of pace about him. Look at that, 147 average speed and 149 for 5. That's serious pace. And both these, Milne and Matt Henry, have uncanny resemblance in their action to Shane Bond.
Yeah, good call. They would have grown up watching Shane Bond steam in around 2001. A good 10 years. And look at that. Zips out along the carpet to Corey Anderson. We need a bit of towel work on that. Taylor's getting the rag out of the pocket, but yeah, upright, very much like Shane Bond there. That load through there, and then over that brace front leg there. Yeah, that's great. See that extra pace through the braced front foot, braced front leg landing to get over your frame. Gives you that extra pace. With the grunt there, pumping through in the late 140s. And Devsic to tidy up again. Speed there, almost 150.
And Hafiz had come a long way out as well. This was interesting. Taylor with the attempted direct hit. Hafiz, have a look at this. Hafiz just coming down. Oh, and he lost his bat as well. He was gone if that hit. But Hafiz is in good form. Even that bat sticking in the dirt didn't affect him.
Wide of the crease, angle it in. He's cranking it up here. Is Adam Milne. 150 has been breached. by Adam Milne. Quickest of the day. Should I say evening?
Serious pace, and we need Sarfraz to get down on one knee and have a little sweep, Danny, don't we?
Yeah, sweep this one if you dare. Oh, that is quick. That is a very good delivery. Oh, it's out! Another run out, I reckon. Mr. Raza, give us the signal. Come upstairs with a little head wobble as well. Hafiz has given himself out, I reckon. He knows. He's got to go. Ronke with the pickup. And bingo, yeah, got him. Wonderful throw with the glove off and the presence of mind to take the glove off. Oh, he's not even in the frame. Gone by a good 2 meters. See you later, Mohamed Hafiz. O-U-T. Second one down now, and 60 on the board. Hafiz has gone for just a couple. 60 for 2.
So certainly pressure back on Pakistan. 60 for the loss of 2. Haris Sohail is the new man in. He's a left-hander. Let's see how he copes with extra bit of pace and sharpness of Adam Milne. He's been outstanding, and this was suicidal. Hafiz is not as quick as he used to be. Sarfraz was ball watching. The keeper in the meantime picked up the ball and bullseye. Magnificent.
It was great fielding, wasn't it? The Islanders have been good. I was really impressed with Pakistan. I thought they did a great job in the field. Anton Devcic has led them over the last couple of overs, and Luke Ronke gets a very good run out. Corey Anderson now.
Hits it hard, gets it past the man at cover. This is beautifully timed. Sarfraz is having the time of his life with the bat, that is. 39 from 36. He's hammered that one past cover.
Well, the loss of his mate Hafiz hasn't meant that he's going to rein himself in. Very aggressive. Once it got past the infield, though, very quick as well, the outfield. Ross Taylor at deep cover had no chance.
Smashed it hard. Will he go again? This time it's a short ball. It's a tennis shot. Great forehand. Gets it to the fence once again. Loose stuff from Anderson.
Sarfraz, great shot. He's got good hands. Sitting on that short ball, the New Zealanders have, all the fast bowlers have gone short. All he had to do again was beat Kane Williamson. Beautiful shot.
Yes, great hand-eye coordination. He's seeing it well. Hitting it in front of mid-wicket. Now then, certainly the pressure is back on New Zealand. That's the beauty of T20 cricket. In a matter of minutes, you can turn it around.
Oh, it's impressive. He's got 43 out of 68. Shows how dominant he's been.
Sweeps him, and once again, will it make the fence? No. But he'll come back for 2. Great improvisation. He plays that shot like he's been born with it. Sweeping a fast bowler, not easy. And we're talking about a left armer and the angle that he creates.
Well, it's impressive because there's 3 men out on the leg side. He's dragged that from a metre outside off stump. You can do that, I guess, once you've been in for 38 balls. But still, it's risky, but it's playing off.
Slow ball, hammers it, but fielder's been pushed back. Short cover has been now taken to original covers. Pakistan thinking out of the box and making use of Sarfraz's form and asking him to open, which is good thinking. 45 from 39.
I understand he does that in domestic cricket, which is the way these days, of course. Adam Gilchrist, one of the first wicket keepers to move up to the top. Now you see it quite often.
It's a big one, it's flat, it's a skimmer, makes it all the way over the rope. Flat and brilliant, and 50 for Sarfraz.
Oh, what a shot this is to bring up your maiden T20 International 50. He's really enjoyed that mid-wicket region. Only just makes it, but that's all he needs. And he celebrates like he's got 100.
Yeah, promise fulfilled. He's certainly turning it on now for Pakistan. Over the wicket and gets hammered. The ball goes very quickly to the man in the deep. Massive over for Pakistan. 17 from it, 77 for 2. Best over of the innings, the last one. Sarfraz hitting 2 boundaries and a great flat 6. Now this game quickly changes hand. One good over from Mill. And it looked tough for Pakistan. And then Sarfraz with a 17-run over makes it easy for Pakistan the very next moment.
Well, what I enjoyed, Ramiz, was some teams believe that big overs win games. Now, when you're only needing 7 and over, it's very easy once he's hit that first ball for 4 to say, I'll just take my 1s. I'll get my 7 and we'll get through. But no, he said, I'm going to try and take Corey Anderson down. I'm identifying him as a bowler I can get after. And you're right, 17 runs later, and the game's blown right back into Pakistan's favour.
Look at the leg side play from Sarfraz. He's really smacked them hard through that square leg mid-wicket range. Bulk of runs coming through mid-wicket and mid-on. Oh, it's a Yorker and a very good one, beaten by pace. Good delivery. Sohail was extremely late in getting his bat down to that line and length. Quick one from Mill.
Well, you're getting an indication as to why New Zealanders are so excited. It's so close. It's a beautiful Yorker. And you're right, that's past him before the bat's down. But the New Zealand cricketing public are getting excited by the sight of another. We don't get many 150 bowlers. Shane Bond's probably been it. For a young guy, he's running in, he's showing great promise.
Sarfraz wanted to run. Harris was more keen in watching the ball. Just magnificent to see someone running in hard and bowling at 150 clicks. When bowlers these days are told to bank on variations and stuff, here is someone who is extremely sharp and he wants to showcase his talent. Refreshingly amateurish. That's good length and good bowling. He's not wasting his pace. 3 dots on the row.
Well, there is no substitute for pace. At the end of the day, it's the hardest stuff to face. When you couple that with bounce, you get Muhammad Irfan. But pace is pace, and you can see it. He's only gone for 8 runs in his 2.4 overs. And the Pakistanis have been happy, really, just to see him out. At the other end, you've got Sarfraz playing a lot of shots, trying to take it on. So it's a good battle.
Slip is in place as well, which is good captaincy. Mows it over mid-wicket. That's a good shot. What a way to begin your innings. It's almost done by a Yorker, and this is a very good shot. Sat back and hit it.
Back of a length again. And those leg side fielders are in tight. They're trying to save the one, keep Sarfraz off strike. But in the end, he played a great shot. Bit of a baseball shot. There's no one out there. Runs away easily for 4.
It's a wonderful platform where you can expand your range. And as a young cricketer, young batsman, I think he'll like batting in T20s. That's a nice shot of the pads. should come back for the second run and does it quite easily. End of the 12th, it's 84 for 2. Shouldn't be difficult for Pakistan. 52 to get from 48 with 8 wickets in hand. You've got to back Pakistan to win this. New Zealand in need of a couple of sharp blows here. Nathan McCullen coming on to bowl. 2 overs, none for 12. He's been pretty decent.
Well, that's been the big difference, hasn't it? Pakistan, all 3 of their opening bowlers were able to get a wicket in their first over. New Zealand 15 for 3 at one stage. Pakistan have batted beautifully in reply. Just the 2 run-outs, not a single wicket to the bowlers.
Round the stumps. Sarfraz comes down the track. He wanted more out of that hit. Only a single. Miscued it. Just wanted to get it right against the newcomer.
Well, they have to squeeze them, don't they? They have to bring those fielders in nice and tight. They don't necessarily have to bring more fielders in from the outfield. But Devcich is at point. Kane Williamson himself, the skipper's at cover. And that's well played. I have to say, Ramiz, I've been impressed so far. Haris Sohail's only faced the 6 deliveries, but he hasn't looked rushed to Milne's pace, and he's just rotating the stroke nicely, and that's what Sarfraz needs. He needs that foil to keep giving him the strike. So I think he's done well so far since he's come to the crease.
Yes, I think he's got immense self-belief that he can amp it up later on, and I think you can then develop a good script. You can rotate the strike, take those singles, establish your footings. That's a sweep shot. He likes playing that shot. He wants the second. He's aimlessly running. His partner was not moving, and well, now they probably will take that extra run. Desperate to get to the striker's zone, Sarfraz, and they're apologizing to his mate.
Looking to access that leg side again. New Zealand's moved that deep mid-wicket fielder straighter. This time he goes square. Good, clever batting. And he was looking for 2, and really Haris Sohail should have been there ready for him. A misfield there. Enables him to get through for 2 anyway.
Very keen to survey the leg side field. Nathan round the stumps, so there's a natural angle where he can hit through the leg side. Once again asking his partner to have a look for the second. It's only a single. Got to make allowance for your young runner, because he's playing after a very long gap, Haris Sohail, so just a little bit nervous. I think, well, had that hit, it would have been goner. That would have been the end of Sarfraz.
Would have been the 3rd run out, wouldn't it? So Haris Sohail has the ability to strike the ball, does he? Is he a big hitter?
Yes, they say that he's pretty decent at domestic level. His strike rate is not great, 107.4, but this still is a fledgling career. Just feel that he's an organized batsman, which I think you need in the middle order, just to support somebody like Sarfraz, who's really tonking him hard.
Yeah, I agree. You know that Sarfraz is not going to change the way he plays. Still surveying that leg side. He's dealing in boundaries. He wants the boundaries. He wants the fix, doesn't he?
Here he goes once again, looking to attack. lightning footwork. Pleasing on the eye, and well, after 13, Pakistan looking good. 91 for the loss of 2. Pakistan 10 fours and 2 6s in the innings. New Zealand were more enterprising in the 6s area, 5 6s. But ended just a little low on expectations with the bat. Slow delivery, bit of variety from Adam Milne. Just walking that single. Sarfraz, as if he's disappointed when he picks a single. Doesn't want to go to the non-striker zone. Easing the pressure of Harris, because run rate is not an issue. It won't be an issue as long as Sarfraz is out there, so he can breathe easy and just play a normal, natural game.
Well, that's the beauty, isn't it? When you only need 44 or 41. And just take your time, especially when you're a young player, in terms of your experience. Sometimes when you walk out there and you see that you need 9 runs and over, you start getting ahead of yourself, you start panicking after a couple of dot balls, but he doesn't need to worry. He's got the 8 off 8 balls, but Pakistan have this well and truly in control.
That's his average, almost scoring 50 per innings. That's a domestic T20 average. Absolutely brilliant. Plays the cut shot. It goes a little uppishly, but safely done. No win in the slip cordon. New Zealand need wickets. Need something to happen out there. Maybe get an extra man in the ring. Knew exactly what he was doing. Pace from Adam.
Speaking of Adam Milne's 150, are there any young fast bowlers coming up in Pakistan with that sort of pace?
No, Scotty, I don't think so. The fastest I think we've seen is Irfan, around 145, 146 clicks. Quite strange these days, because Pakistan have been so good in developing young fast bowling talent. Now got a lot of options in the spin department. In one days, even in test matches, they open their bowling with a spinner. Hafiz usually bowls the new ball.
That man there, Mushtaq Ahmed, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Played a lot against him in county cricket, actually, where he was a genius in England. And he's, of course, helping out all those young spinners you're talking about.
And a royalty as someone who's sharing a room with me. Great roommate, Mushi, because he's hardly there. A great team player, Mushtaq. Always was a great value in the dressing room. So Pakistan just 41 runs away from going one notch up. That's outstanding. 152.1. We're talking about a bowler who's bowling in T20 cricket, where line and direction and at times pace is put at the back burner. Oh, it's a bouncer. Tennis ball-like bounce. Just 4 from the over. 95 for the loss of 2. Right, wickets column is empty. Something needs to happen for New Zealand to turn it around.
Mitchell McClenaghan, well, I think Kane Williamson's doing the right thing. He's going to need to find some overs as his 5th bowler. At this point, he's got Devsich and Anderson who bowl 1 apiece, but taking this to the 20th over isn't going to really help him at all. He needs wickets, and he needs wickets now. So he's gone to his strike man, Mitchell McClenaghan. We talked earlier about he was the 2nd fastest to 50 wickets in ODIs. So not a bad player to turn to.
He's not been given a slip. Just 4 men in the ring. New Zealand in need of a strike. That's a nice drive. Long on, comes into play, slides, and does well. Diminution, the fielder. Do help him to skid and slide. It's nicely played.
Good throw as well. Managed to hit the stumps from the boundary. Middle stump as well. Fielding's been impressive, I have to say, from both teams.
I think he just managed to get his bat back into the crease. I think he was looking at his partner, didn't realize that the ball was going to strike the stumps. Just got it just about a second or 2 seconds before the ball actually hit the stumps. See, they're asking his partner to not come for the 2nd run. The bat came down just in time. Gone, caught at mid-wicket, good catch, sharp catch, Nathan McCullum picks up a good one. It was a sharp chance, and well, New Zealand were in need of a strike. They've got one. Sohail Harris didn't want to leave the crease because he felt he'd hit it, but it went straight to Nathan McCullum, who took a good one, and Pakistan now 97 for 3. We know he's a serious potential, Umar Akmal. On the day, can win you a match from any situation. 97 for the loss of 3. 58 matches and over 1,200 runs for Umar Akmal.
As we have a look, Harris Sohail, there's no man out at deep mid wicket. He was looking to access that boundary. Just hit the inside half of the bat and twisted in his hands. In the end, pretty comfortable, you would have to say, to Nathan McCullum, and disappointment. An opportunity for him to bat through to the end, win the game himself, Unfortunately, he has to go.
And Pakistan were desperate to find a left-handed middle order batsman. That's why he's been preferred over other talented batsmen. Just to change it around a bit. And he's off the mark straight away.
Well, I heard you say with Umar Akmal, he's got the potential. I would have thought that he's sort of past that point now. Would he be close? He must be close to the senior man now in that top order.
Yeah, senior for sure, but a little inconsistent. And that's why his fans are a little disappointed. He's been in and out of the side of late. Which is such a shame because he's a live wire in the field. He's an excellent fielder. He can keep wickets, and as I mentioned on the day, he can win you a match against any opposition. I've seen him neutralize some of the world's best in T20 cricket. It's just that he needs to be more consistent. Difficult format to be consistent, but he still can do it. See the quality, see the timing. That's well struck. Not an easy shot to execute. Squeezing an angled Yorker.
Well, that shows what good form he's in, isn't it? Doesn't it? Not only is he able to squeeze the Yorker out, but he's able to just open the blade and use the pace of McClenaghan and the angle going across him like that. And he was actually unlucky that Ross Taylor's very square at deep point. A lot of situations you would see that would be 4. So he's in good touch.
Absolutely. Cuts and hits it hard. Umar Akmal likes that area as well. 5 runs from the over and a wicket. 100 comes up for Pakistan. 100 for the loss of 3.
36 then from 30 balls for Pakistan. On paper, it looks a straightforward assignment. But matches aren't won on paper, they're won out in the middle. Matt Henry coming back from the Emirates Road end. So far, 3 overs for 17 on 2020 international debut. He's been impressive. He's going to be up against Umar Akmal. Still finding his feet, 2 from 2 balls. Well, he's not finding his feet now. He's finding the boundary. What a crunching extra cover drive. Danny Morrison alongside me.
Yeah, quite good at that. Umar Akmal. It's pace, it's up there, it's, yeah, width. Long half volley, and he ain't going to miss out on that. Sweet.
And then the pickup through mid-wicket. 1 bounce for 4. Shots on both sides of the wicket for Umar Akmal. And he's ensuring Pakistan are doing this nicely.
Pretty to watch, and it's livened up this crowd a bit more. 1 bounce over the rope. Timing, exquisite. It was asking for it. Into the pads. Young Matt Henry on debut. Yeah, pull the hair out while you've still got it.
Umar Akmal just illustrating what a talent he is. He's been relieved of the keeping duties in this series. Sarfraz taking them back. Just 146 runs in 11 first-class innings after the one-day series against Australia. So bang out of form, but he's bang in form now. 10 off 5 balls, a couple of balls in the middle of the bat, and all of a sudden it's a different game. Selectors showing faith in him. And showing faith in that man as well, Sarfraz Ahmed. Should be a walk in the park here, shouldn't it, Danny?
I think looking at both of these players, they should be there till the end. Finish the job off, rather than playing all the glamour shots and pulling everything out of the locker. Sarfraz 62 from 51, well and truly set and going for it. And then Akmal, who can play any shot he so desires. We know he can do that, but putting this game to bed in a professional manner to finish it off, because there's of course the game tomorrow night. Seems a bit of a shame there's only 2 matches. Can't work that out, can't fathom that. Should be at least 3.
Five one-day internationals to come after these 2 2020 internationals. New Zealand at the moment paying the price for the last 5 overs. And they only got 25. Sarfraz Ahmed not out on 63. That score that will forever be associated now with Philip Hughes. He passed away last week, of course, and was mourned by the whole of the cricketing world. Glanced fine, and with fine leg up in the circle, that'll be 4 more. 14 off the over, and is that the over that has given Pakistan one hand on the victory? 114 for 3. Red Worms of New Zealand right at the back end of their innings. Momentum was lost, and Pakistan's Green Worm heading in exactly the right direction. They've now got it below a runner ball, and the only currency now which will cut it for New Zealand are wickets, and lots of them in a hurry.
Yeah, Murgers, let's have a hat-trick, eh? Let's finish this game off with a bit of a scare. See what can be done. McCullum, right arm around. Gives it the good old-fashioned swipe through mid-wicket. Hands it over to Umar. Says, go on then. What are you going to get up to, he says. Plays everything, this guy. Lovely presence of mind. He was on the charge and he just waited and changed. McLennan, no chance.
Your extra cover through mid-wicket and then glancing fine. 3 boundaries in the over for Umar Akmal, and he's back on strike now. Nathan McCullum just losing his grip on the ball. Due seems to have been an issue this evening.
Yeah, we're told, a little local knowledge and your good self, Murgers, it shouldn't be too bad. It was only just started to get into December. But yeah, it has been a factor.
It's good cricket. Just a scampered single. There's no need to do anything daft here. 20 off 22 balls. As you said, Danny, be there at the end. That should be what these 2 batsmen are aiming for.
Waqar would be very conscious of that. We all know and keep harping on about the Cricket World Cup in February. Okay, this is T20, it's not 50-over cricket, but it does bode well. Win both of these games going into the series of 5. Don't do anything rash, don't have that rush of blood. Put the game to bed in such a professional manner that you know you're going to carry on and nail the opposition the next couple of weeks.
clubbed away by Sarfraz. He's scampering back for two. Really is incredible, isn't it, Danny, the change of personnel between the Test series and the one-day internationals. For Pakistan, for example, just Hafiz and Sarfraz, the only two players who've retained their spots.
Indeed. Just shows the depth of their squad as well as the New Zealanders. Both squads have made a lot of changes, needed to rest the Test stars because of the amount of cricket coming up.
Again, heaved away on the onside by Sarfraz. Devsic doing the fielding at long on. It's New Zealand, less than a week after they get back from this limited overs series, the last match of which is the 19th of December in Abu Dhabi. They're in action in the Boxing Day Test match against Sri Lanka. Wasn't all that short, but it was still punched away with lots of bottom hand by Umar Akmal, the end of the over. 7 runs from it, 121 for 3. Eighteenth over to be bowled by Mitchell McClenaghan. Shahid Afridi, always captains from the front, does everything from the front, up on his feet, directing operations from the sidelines. McClenaghan invariably gets a wicket from somewhere. He's the only bowler to have actually taken a wicket this evening. The other two to have gone down have gone via the run-out route. From the old Emirates Road end. Just a single.
And he watched it so well. Sarfraz will be aware that McClenaghan, part of his ploy is to bang the ball in. And he rode that last delivery beautifully. Got across and watched it. A slow tennis ball bouncer. Massively impressed with Sarfraz, and so, in fact, with some of the umpires have made comment. Both Rod Tucker, Paul Rifle, almost as far as to say this guy has got the best hands, flashy technique, but he gets runs. The Sarfraz Ahmed. And to scamper through for another single. Give it back to Sarfraz with a strike.
It was awkward for Ronke, just pitching in front of him. He concedes the bye. We've seen the ball flying through from Adam Milne, but a little cutter from McClenaghan, taking the pace off, and so it pitched short of the keeper. But Ronke will still feel perhaps he might have done better. Of course, he played a lot of his cricket in Perth, Luke Ronke, so he'd be used to the ball flying through a much greater height than that, as a rule of thumb. Back over the wicket now, McClenaghan. Worked into the gap by Sarfraz, and they'll look for two, or they thought about it. And in the end, discretion was the better part of valour, and probably rightly so.
Well, I just noticed, and I looked out the comm box, he took off slowly there. He just looked at it for a split second. If he'd gone straight away, I reckon he would have made it. But then he realised, nah, just a bit too tight. Made the right call to the wicketkeeper batsman.
No need to do anything silly. 12 or 15, it's very much in control for Pakistan. Tom Latham on as a substitute for Martin Guptill. I guess if you had to analyse this match in the final analysis, you might look at the first 3 overs of New Zealand's innings when they were 15 for 3, and then the back end of New Zealand's innings, the last 5 of those, where they were only able to get 25 runs. They're probably the crucial deciding factors, I guess, between these two sides, Danny.
Yeah, I'd subscribe to that. You lose wickets at the top, and they get any form of the game, let alone this. You've got to make the most of the first 6 overs. He went down on one knee, so good call. Yet he just went over the helmet height. Yeah, 3 at the top. Key, particularly in this T20 format.
Grunt of effort from McLennan. Still heaved away into the onside. Sarfraz will keep the strike. 126 for 3. Looks straightforward for Pakistan, doesn't it? 10 of 12 balls with 7 wickets in hand. Sarfraz has batted through the innings so far, and he and Umar Akmal have now added 29 in 21 deliveries for this 4th wicket. A little bit of thinking out of the box here by Kane Williamson. Anton Devcic is going to bowl the 19th over with his left-arm darts. Going to be bowling left arm over the wicket, trying to cramp Sarfraz for room. But with mid-on up in the circle, Sarfraz gets the room to swing his arms and drills him down the ground for 4.
Well, they might finish this over. A little bit of flight, clears that front hip again, which he's done so many times in all 3 formats.
That's the highest score now in 2020 history for a Pakistan wicketkeeper. The previous mark was 73 by Cameron Akmal against Bangladesh in 2010 in the ICC World 2020 in the Caribbean. And a dainty little paddle sweep to follow. It's back to the drawing board, but they'll give it for New Zealand ahead of tomorrow's match.
Yeah, with that amount of wholesale changes and guys that haven't played some international stuff for a while, it's all very well playing your state stuff, your first class 2020, but you need to step up another level in this situation. Takes that first one to get out the way, get it under the belt.
And how important has the toss been, Danny?
Yeah, look, I don't think so. I don't think the dew's massive. Well, it is a bit of a factor there, sure, for, particularly with the spinners to grip. But you've got to get more runs on the board. It's certainly pitch. Like, you can get 160 on it. I don't think it's impossible to get that sort of score. And if someone does get in, really rattle that scoreboard along, you could easily threaten further up, closer to that 170, 180.
Same pitch tomorrow as well, and indeed for the one-day international on Monday. Just 3 to win then. Make that 2, or quite possibly 1. No, just the single off the last ball of the over. So we'll go into the last over of this match with Pakistan needing 2 for victory. 134 for 3. Pakistan on the cusp of their 50th 2020 international victory. They'd be the first team to achieve that feat if they get another couple of runs. It's an interesting time to bowl your first over of the night. That's what Jimmy Neesham's going to be doing. No pressure, Jimmy. You just need to get a couple of wickets maybe and keep the opposition from scoring 2. One is a tie, which will take us to a super over. What a way to finish. Magnificent. Umar Akmal punches the air. 27 not out for him from just 14 deliveries. This pair, Umar Akmal and Sarfraz Ahmed, adding an unbroken 43 for the 4th wicket. And Pakistan in the end cruising home with 5 balls to spare, winning by 7 wickets in the first of 2 2020 internationals.
Very comprehensive from the home side, and the men in black got a bit of work to do in tomorrow night's other T20 International at this very venue. Clean and crisp from Umar Akmal, and Sarfraz, well, he had all the moves at the crease. Found it pretty comfortable going. Yeah, sure, he had a couple of short ones and a couple of quick deliveries to cope with. But once again, he is dined out here at the Dubai International Sports Stadium.
Handshakes all round to come. In Pakistan, it'll be a job well done as far as they're concerned. They won the toss, put New Zealand into bat, restricted the Black Caps to 135 for 7, and in the end, that produced a very comfortable win for the men in green. Let's have another look at the shot that secured the victory, and what a cracker it was.
Akmal, little punch, look at hardly anything. No follow-through, no extension, but he liked it for the camera. Did Umar. And a punch of delight. And a hug from his partner.
Hold the pose and secure the win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for waiting up on the presentation. We've got the presentation party here with me. Mr. Zafar Shah, Chairman, Grand Midwest Hotels. Mr. Rehan Sheikh, Director, Marketing, Advanced Telecom. Mr. Ayub Afridi, President, Ruba Group. Mr. Usher Sean, Director, Sean Properties. Mr. Zakir Khan, of course, had the privilege of playing with him. Director, Cricket Operations International, Pakistan Cricket Board. Mr. Khaja Atif Sikka, Director, Brighto Paints. And Mr. Fahim Mumtaz, Director, Sales, Zong. May I first of all invite Kane Williamson to please come forward and have a few words, the New Zealand captain. The New Zealand captain, please. Sorry. Well, kind of a similar beginning to the Test series where you were blocked by Pakistan. What did you achieve today, and what are you hoping to achieve for the next one?
Obviously, we want to improve on our performance today. There were some pretty obvious things that didn't go too well for us, early wickets, and obviously we couldn't take poles when we were bowling. So those are some things that obviously we want to improve on, and I think it was great to have the experience on the surface again. A lot of guys haven't played on it, so hopefully we can make those improvements tomorrow.
Was it tough really analysing a brand new kind of a Pakistan side, because you're up against a new bunch of players?
Yeah, that's always tough. I suppose there's so much cricket coming up, so it's great to get an early look. Although I guess the lesson was on the back of a loss, which is not ideal. But look, there's so much cricket to come, so hopefully we can keep improving and getting better on these surfaces.
What about the dew factor? Was losing the toss a critical point, you think?
Yeah, I think they had a bit of dew as well when they were playing. But basically they outplayed us in all areas, and they deserve a lot of the credit. Saying that, we know we weren't at our best, so like I said, if we can improve tomorrow, it'll be a much better performance.
All right, okay, all the best for the next one.
Cheers.
The New Zealand skipper. Now, there are plenty of individual awards, and start with the first one to be given away by Mr. Zafar Shah. He'll present the Grand Midwest Hotel Master Blaster Award of US 500, goes to Corey Anderson. Mr. Rehan Sheikh to present the next award, Advanced Telecom Best Batsman of the Match Award, Lumia 930, to Sarfraz Ahmed. Mr. Khwaja Atif Sikka to present the Bright Open's Most Colourful Innings of the Match Cash Award of US 500 to Umar Akmal. Well, the next award is the Zong 4G Fastest Bowler of the Match Cash Award of US 500. And he showed some real promise. Adam Milne, 152.1 kilometers per hour, his fastest ball. May I invite him to please come forward and receive the award. Mr. Fahim Mumtaz will give away the award. Bonus shot cash award of dirhams 1,000 goes to Sarfraz Ahmed. Mr. Usher Sean to please present the award. Mr. Usher Sean to present the next award, Sean Properties Outstanding Performance Cash Award of $1,000 to Corey Anderson. And the final award of the evening, it's the Higher Man of the Match Cash Award of $1,000 and a memento to Sarfraz Ahmed, who's batting brilliantly. Mr. Ayub Afridi to please give away the award. सरफराज आप थोड़ी सी बात करेंगे बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो आपको बल्ला चल रहा है कमाल हो रहा है
नहीं सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करूँगा और यहाँ पे मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि सबसे पहले तो इसका क्रेडिट जो है वो मैं देना चाहूँगा तो करंट फॉर्म को मेरी देखते हुए विक्की भाई और शाहिद भाई ने जो मुझ पर ट्रस्ट किया कि उन्होंने कल मुझसे कहा कि ओपन के लिए तैयार है ना तो उनका थैंक्सफुल हूँ और अपनी फॉर्म को देखते हुए उन्होंने मुझे सपोर्ट किया उनका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया
कितना मुख्तलिफ है बैटिंग लेट मिडल ऑर्डर में करना और ओपन करना इनिंग्स क्योंकि T20 का वैसे भी प्रेशर रहता है
इस क्रिकेट में जो है थोड़ा नीचे बैटिंग करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है क्योंकि आपको आइडिया नहीं होता आपको जाके हिटिंग करनी होती है ऊपर से आपको ये आइडिया होता है कि आप अगर थोड़ा सा सेट हो जाते हो तो आपको ग्राउंड का पिच का हर चीज़ का आइडिया होता है थोड़ा आसान है ऊपर जाके बैटिंग करना T20 में स्पेशली
तो क्या सोच के बैटिंग आप कर रहे हैं यानी कि क्या स्पिरिट है क्या किस चीज़ पे ध्यान देते हैं क्योंकि ऐसे लगता है कि आप होटल से सेट होके आते हैं जब पाकिस्तान में खेलेंगे तो घर से सेट होके आएंगे
हाँ नहीं ऐसा नहीं है बस ये है कि कोशिश करता हूँ कि जो अपना गेम है उसको खेलूँ थोड़ा सा कोशिश करता हूँ विकेट पर टाइम गुजारूँ पिच कैसी है उसके मुताबिक खेलने की कोशिश करता हूँ
तो स्वीप शॉट फास्ट बॉलर्स को खेलते हुए डर नहीं लगता
नहीं बस कोशिश करता हूँ डर तो लगता है लेकिन ये कि ऐसा शॉट है कि अगर लग जाता है तो थोड़ा मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है
तो T20 में किस तरह का प्रेशर महसूस करते हैं, क्योंकि चौके के बाद फिर चौका मारना पड़ता है, या आप समझ लेते हैं कि नहीं क्योंकि आज टारगेट इतना मुश्किल नहीं था तो आराम से खेल सकते हैं?
नहीं, T20 में ऐसा होता है कि अगर आपको चौका मिल गया तो आपकी कोशिश यही होनी चाहिए अगली बॉल पे अगर आपको बॉल मिले तो आप उसको चौका मारो, वरना कोशिश करोगे सिंगल लेके स्ट्राइक रोटेट करते रहो, तो वो ज़्यादा ईजी है।
नए फैंस बन रहे हैं आपके, पूरे दुनिया में आप मशहूर हो रहे हैं, कैसा फील हो रहा है?
नहीं, मैं इन तमाम लोगों का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ जो लोग आए, इन्होंने यहाँ पे सपोर्ट किया, और माँ बाप की दुआएं, इन सब की दुआएं जो अल्लाह ताला करम कर रहा है।
मोइन खान की भी दुआएं?
बिल्कुल, उनकी तो हमेशा से सपोर्ट रही है, उनका बैकअप तो हमेशा से रहा, और उनके ड्रेसिंग रूम में होने से मुझे बहुत फ़ायदा हो रहा है।
चले, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपको, और एंजॉय करें जो आपने शानदार परफॉर्मेंस की है। May I now invite Shahid Afridi to please come forward and have a few words. Shahid. पठान, आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो। कितना मुश्किल होता है या आसान होता है वापस इंटरनेशनल सर्किट में आना? शायद
ऑब्वियसली रमीज़ भाई, मुश्किल तो होता है, लेकिन मुश्किल का सामना भी करना पड़ता है, और आई थिंक कि 18-19 साल ये मुश्किलों से ही निकला हूँ मैं आगे, और अच्छा मज़ा आता है चैलेंजेस को कबूल करना, और इंशाल्लाह आगे जब तक है इंशाल्लाह इसको लेके चलूँगा। क्रिकेट इसी तरह क्रिकेट चलती रही है मेरी चैलेंजेस को सामने रखते हुए, और इंजॉय कर रहा हूँ यंग लड़कों के साथ, बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है।
नए प्लेयर्स आज ने आपने खिलाए थे, मिडिल ऑर्डर ख़ास तौर पे नया था, कॉन्फिडेंस था कि आप रन चेस कर लेंगे, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान हिस्टोरिकली रन चेस में थोड़ा सा वीक एट टाइम्स होता है?
रमीज़ भाई, बात यह है कि मेरे ख्याल में मेरा और कोच का बड़ा पॉजिटिव डिसीजन था, इसलिए कि ड्यू फैक्टर भी था, और मुझे और विकी भाई को बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट था कि हमारे बैट्समैन रन कर जाएंगे, इसलिए कि 7-8 नंबर तक बैटिंग लाइन हमारी जाती है। पूरा क्रेडिट मैं जस्ट समझता हूँ कि हमारे बॉलर्स को जाता है, जिस तरीके से इस कंडीशन में उन्होंने बॉलिंग की है, ज़बरदस्त बॉलिंग की है सारों ने, फील्डिंग, बॉडी लैंग्वेज बहुत ज़बरदस्त थी, और मेरे ख्याल में जो सरफराज की इनिंग थी वो आउटस्टैंडिंग। अल्लाह इसको इसी तरह फॉर्म में रखे जिस तरह वो चल रहा है।
शायद जब आप टीम पिक करते हैं, ऑब्वियसली 1-2 बड़े नाम आज आपने नहीं खिलाए, क्या सामने रखते हैं प्रेजेंट फॉर्म, या आप फील्डर्स पहले पिक करते हैं कि आपको फील्ड में कुछ मदद दे देगा, या आप समझते हैं ये T20 का फॉर्मेट जो है वो यंगस्टर्स के लिए ज़्यादा मौजू है?
रमीज़ भाई, इसमें यह है कि किसी ना किसी प्लेयर को थोड़ा सा एडवांटेज हो जाता है कि थोड़ा सा फील्डर बेहतर है, या 1-2 ओवर आपको करके दे सकता है, ये चीज़ें सामने होती हैं। जैसे अहमद शहजाद है, नो डाउट गुड क्रिकेटर है, तो 3-4 दिन से उसकी तबीयत कंटिन्यू ख़राब रही, तो उसने बैटिंग की नहीं थी, आज थोड़ा बेहतर महसूस कर रहा था, तो हमने उसको रेस्ट दिया अगले मैच के लिए। मैं भी इंशाल्लाह अगले मैच में हूँ, कोशिश कर रहे हैं। जो लड़के हैं उनको, मैं लड़कों को कभी हार जीत की तरफ नहीं लेके जाता, मैं चाहता हूँ कि लड़कों को प्रॉपर चांस मिले और लड़के आगे खेलें और कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ खेलें, तो एज अ कैप्टन मेरी ये कोशिश रहती है।
थोड़ा सा काम आपका आसान हो गया, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान के जो पिछले 5-6 हफ्ते थे वो शानदार परफॉर्मेंस से गुजरे, तो आप जो वापस आए तो थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स एटमॉस्फेयर में आए होंगे?
रमीज़ भाई, आप यकीन करें कि जो इस वक्त एटमॉस्फेयर है टीम का, जिस तरह की मैनेजमेंट है, जिस तरह के कोचेज़ हैं, जिस तरह टीम को लेके चल रहे हैं, अल्लाह करे यही माहौल रहे, तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इंशाल्लाह आने वाले वक्त में पाकिस्तान टीम बहुत अच्छे टॉप लेवल पे ख़त्म करेगी।
पॉलिटिक्स में तो पता नहीं आप आ रहे हैं नहीं आ रहे, मगर बेहतरीन पॉलिटिकल जवाब दिया है शाहिद आफरीदी, आपको बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। मजाक किया मैंने।
मैं भी मजाक करूँ आपसे। आऊँगा इंशाल्लाह।
ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट। शाहिद आफरीदी, द विनिंग